Okay, so hello everyone.
Hi.
After sharing our adventure on Facebook over the past few days, we've kind of realised we haven't actually introduced ourselves properly to you. So hi, I'm Robin. I'm from a little town in Oswestry in Shropshire in the UK. I've lived there ever since I was 6 years old, moved down from the Wirral. I've had a pretty typical life, did my GCSEs, my A-levels, went to university, I trained to be a primary school teacher, and then went straight into a teaching career. However, that kind of went a bit tits up basically. While I was trying to kind of start my teaching career, I found out about my dad. He got diagnosed with a brain tumour aged 57. And it's a long story basically, but short version, he only lasted 4 months. He passed away in April 2013, which kind of like shook everything up a bit for me really. I ended up being diagnosed with depression and anxiety whilst trying to teach, which just didn't work. So I ended up changing career basically and working for the NHS instead. I joined a team, NHS Blood and Transplant, and I became a donor carer. So when people go to donate bloods, I basically stabbed you to take your blood off you and looked after you when you felt unwell and things like that afterwards. It's great. Worked with a really good team. I was helping others, enjoyed the job. I was a lot less stressed than teaching, but that's just a very brief rundown of who I am.
Hi, I'm Dave. I'm also from Oswestry. I worked as a gym instructor for a few years, quite a while actually. I was also in the TA, which is like the UK equivalent of the Army Reserve. So I was a Challenger 2, which is the British Army's main battle tank. Also did a tour in Iraq as a frontline soldier, using the tank and on foot as infantry. So I did a 12-month tour with the regular army. I did that alongside the gym for about 8 years. Then I joined the ambulance service. I did that for about nearly 10 years. Which is part of the reason I'm doing the trip. I've been suffering for quite a number of years with PTSD. It's not been, well, I'll let you say more about that. The job was good, but not for your mental health. It took a lot out of me, I think.
Yeah,
You bring a lot home.
Yeah. So like you kind of started when you changed stations really, didn't it? You went from a nice quiet little town to working in a much bigger, busier town. Different shift patterns. You were doing like a stupid number of like back-to-back 12-hour shifts, 2 days, 2 nights, 4 off. You didn't know whether you were coming or going, did you?
Yeah, it was more the jobs, yeah.
And then the jobs that you had, you didn't have time to decompress after seeing some pretty horrific stuff. So basically you're suffering really badly with PTSD, so post-traumatic stress disorder, and that's kind of been a major reason as to why we're doing the trip.
Yeah, just to get away as it's not just running away. We've wanted to travel for a number of years. That was sort of the catalyst, would you say?
Yeah, there's a few things, but yeah, definitely one of them.
And we were living a life that...
We were living to work, basically, weren't we?
I didn't feel we fitted into that sort of...
No, we're not your typical kind of 2.4 kids and a dog and a nice house. We tried that. Didn't work.
Just didn't agree with it. No.
We were basically living to work. We had nice house, cars, blah blah blah, and we were just literally paying to live there to go to work.
Yeah, we had all the material things. We did have a nice car, nice house, and
it just didn't make us happy.
Like you say, but yeah, it didn't. The things that made me happy was sort of going out and spending time with people and socialising, and that's what life's about.
So I mean, we decided to make some pretty major changes, didn't we?
Yeah.
But that's a whole other video for you. We can do that.
We tried things. It wasn't just... We didn't wake up one day and say, "Oh, let's go and sail around the world." But it was...
Oh no, it's taken years of planning, hasn't it?
We thought of lots of different reasons. We tried different ways. We tried cutting down on things, and we tried exercising, more holidays and different things, but it wasn't.
We tried to be normal, it just didn't work.
Yeah, it wasn't for us. Yeah.
And then you found Sailing a Vagabond and Delos on YouTube, and we started watching them, and they really inspired us, didn't they?
Inspiration, really, yeah.
We've always wanted to go travelling. We've been talking about travelling for years. And you haven't met Scrappy yet.
Oh, this is Scrappy.
This is Scrappy.
It's 10-4.
He's our little miniature Jack Russell. He's our little baby, basically. He's very chilled out. We've had Scrappy ever since he was a puppy, and he's already been on plenty of adventures with us. That wasn't about to stop when we decided we wanted to go travelling. We knew we wanted to go travelling, but we wanted to take Scrappy with us. He's a member of the family, and just going without him wasn't an option, was it?
Yeah, so there was sort of 4 options, wasn't there? There was backpacking,
Yeah.
which would mean a lot of flights and no for Scrappy.
No for Scrappy.
Quarantine, etc.
Yeah.
Motorbikes, which, yeah, I know you can get sidecars or you can get...
You used to have motorbikes, didn't you?
We've had bikes.
And we've tried a trip to France, a couple of trips to France.
With Scrappy,
not with Scrappy.
I know you can do it with the dog bags and
Can you
doggles.
imagine him
and
with
things.
doggles on? Little pair of doggles and strapped to the tank.
It wasn't an option for us, and you can't take all the... As much as we enjoyed it,
No.
You can't take all the gear with you.
No.
Like hair straighteners that...
I've used them
use a
once
lot.
in the past 16 months. Can you tell?
And what were the other ways? Motorhome, campervan.
Campervan, motorhome, or a car even. So we had a Mazda MX-5 to replace the motorbike when you changed stations, which is great fun, but it was the fact you were on the road for like 12 hours a day, you just wanted to avoid that, didn't you?
Well, the motorhome, for me, I drive all the time at work, and it's a bit stressful. It's...
Yeah, that's just part of the job, isn't it, being in a van
staying,
all day?
The boat thing just seemed to fit. We thought we'd like it, and we do. We love it.
Yeah.
It's great. Apart from, there's a couple of things that are harder, but like washing can be a pain because we don't have a washing machine on the boat. And what else is harder?
No hot water, no shower.
But yeah, most boats have hot water and showers.
But it's just us, isn't it?
That's just ours. We like use a flannel and bucket of water.
Yeah.
Which sounds
bucket bath.
But in a hot country, it's not too bad. But yeah, most boats don't have a washing machine, do they? Some boats do.
No. The main things that kind of drew us to a boat were being able to travel with our own home with us, with all our like home comforts. Being able to like cook cheaply on board. Like if you're travelling, you don't want to end up in restaurants every day because it gets too expensive. We've got a cooker, we've got an oven, we've got like whatever we need. We can cook basically.
It's that off-grid living, isn't it?
Yeah, and kind of relying on solar power and kind of wind generation to power things, which is great. But we've got a ready-made bed at the end of the night. Now we both love to kind of snuggle up, don't we?
Yeah, it's like a proper little escape pod. The
Yeah,
boat is.
that's
It's
what it feels
awesome.
like.
Yeah, and the fact that you can go from A to B with just the wind.
Yeah.
We do use the engine sometimes, but try as much as possible to just use the sails.
Yeah.
For free. And the solar's free because the solar panels came with the boat and the wind turbine came with the boat, so we can top off our batteries and fish as well. You're really good at fishing, as you'll see in some of the videos.
Yeah.
So, it's a really, really good stress-free.
It's a much slower pace of life, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Which
definitely.
is what we needed.
Definitely,
we really needed.
Yeah, we needed it.
We're getting to know countries better as well, because basically sailing on a boat is like walking everywhere. So we'll get somewhere and we'll kind of like immerse ourselves. Like places if we don't like it, we'll stay a day. If we do like it, we'll stay for weeks. I mean, we spent 7 weeks in the Isles of Scilly this summer, which was incredible. Really got to know the islands, which was really special for me because my dad and my granddad's ashes are scattered there, and his family have been going there for like 50, 60 years or something. So being able to spend the time there and kind of get to know the place is incredible. What else do we like it? We're always learning new skills. I mean, neither of us really knew how to sail before this trip, and we've now sailed nearly 2,000 miles since we bought the boat.
Yeah, we've done a lot of
hell of a
Northern
lot.
Europe and night sailing through fog. Yeah, we've done some miles now. Plenty of anchoring, plenty of marinas, some lock gates, and I did do a comp crew course, a 5-day course. But the sort of way I wanted to go was, I'm all for training, and I normally go that way. I normally do all the courses, and I like having the bit of paper that says I can do it. I'm that sort of person. But with sailing, I felt I could learn better self-teaching and with books. So we did a lot of research, a lot of studying, and we had a yacht master, Dennis. Thanks. He came across he came down to Lowestoft from Grimsby with us. And he did the North Sea crossing with us as well. So thanks for that, Dennis. Yeah, and yeah, he knows his stuff, and
Yeah.
he taught us a lot. So we spent a few weeks with. Was it 2 weeks in the end?
Yeah, probably.
Something.
He was living on
Right.
board with us.
Yeah, so we learnt a lot through
And-
him and other people studying through books.
Before we left as well, Derek, as well as Dennis, came sailing with us. Went up to Holland, did a trip there as well. So he was probably with us for a good month.
Yeah, and I'd done nav with the army and
Yeah.
navigation and map reading, so it sort of made it easier for me to learn the paper charts.
Yeah.
There's a few differences, but yeah, it's very similar.
And another thing, we just love the community feel. Like wherever you go, people are like, "Hi, how are you? Come and have a drink with us."
It's really friendly.
Great.
People help you out. They're just like, if you run out of oil, someone will give you oil, fuel, or like you just help each other out. It's really nice. We did back home. We had some really nice neighbours.
Yeah. But it's a different feel.
Yeah.
It's a complete. You wouldn't just like invite random strangers round to your house, but in the boating community, it's like somebody goes past on a dinghy. "Hi, how are you?" And it's like there was a French boat with an American, a German, and a Russian on in the Scillies, and they went past the boat, kind of said hi. They ended up on our boat for a couple of beers.
That should be a joke.
Yeah, it should be a joke. Ended up on the back of our boat for a couple of beers, and then they invited us over to their boat to cook the fish that they'd caught. So it's like they're just so generous, and I mean we took things over with us as well, but that's just one example. We've been on countless people's boats, and we've like hosted as well, which has been like our social life since we got on the boat has kind of, it's a much better. I mean, it's still not
Till we get to marinas.
perfect, yeah, but it's a lot better than it was.
Yeah, marinas don't like marinas. Anchoring out is the way to go.
Anchoring out, yeah.
But if anyone's thinking about getting a boat and doing the same, yeah, do it. Do your research. Find out what works best for you, and yeah, go for it. You do need to know the buoys, the lights, how to nav, not just with a chart plotter, paper charts.
You can't be that guy that goes out into the English Channel with just an iPad for navigation and then have to call the Coast Guard when he loses Wi-Fi connection. You can't be that person. But I mean, we put a hell of a lot of research into it over the past like few years, like probably 5 years we've been talking about it. We put a lot of research as well into what kind of boat that we wanted. We've ended up with a 1974 Do 434. There's a video on our channel showing you kind of around her if you want to have a look. But we could probably put together a video of why we decided to go with her, what kind of drew us to her. There's a lot of choices that we made, wasn't there?
Yeah, when you come to... We'll do that in another video.
Yeah, we'll do that as another
things
video.
Like the rudder, the keels, and...
It's a whole different, whole nother story. So basically...
So that's another video.
That's another video, yeah. So, for kind of all the reasons we've discussed, like, decided rather than living to work, we want to work to live. For our health reasons, like...
Yeah, definitely.
Losing Dad when he was 57, I was 21 at the time, it's just proved to me how short life is. And then Dave having PTSD, I mean, you're still suffering from like almost constant flashbacks, waking up in the night, you're jumpy, you're like on a constant state of alert, you can't go out into crowds. Yeah, there's just so much. I've gone into it a lot more in a blog post that I've written, our story on our website if you want to go and have a look at that. Decision-wise, it is the best decision we've ever made. Yeah. We've met incredible people, we've like really experienced the countries we've visited, we've done east coast of the UK, the Netherlands, north coast of France down to Audierne, we went back to Jersey for winter, came across to Falmouth where we are now, and then we spent like 7 weeks in the Isles of Scilly. We've only done Northern Europe so far, but there's still so much more that we want to discover.
It's not easy though. It's not a holiday, so don't.
Oh no, it's a way of life.
I think some family and friends sort of think every day is on the beach.
I wish.
It's hard. It's tougher, but it's worth it.
Worth it.
So you've got to be a mechanic, a plumber,
electrician.
Yeah, you've got to be able to sew yourself up.
Not like me
not
though.
That it's happened to us yet. Oh, you did drop a knife on your foot.
Oh, I dropped a knife on my foot and slashed
Just
a toe
needed the
open.
plaster. She was like over the top about it.
It was bleeding everywhere and it was on my knuckle bone. It was horrible.
So yeah, plumber, mechanic, electrician as well, which I'm still finding quite difficult for me.
You get help instead with Robin, who arcs like the spanner and then kind of gets a hole in the spanner. Yeah.
Because you're electric.
I'm not an electrician.
Electricity finds the shortest route, isn't it? So, yeah, it's another science, really.
Yeah.
And what else do you have to do on a boat? There's
all sorts. You've got to be jack of all trades. You've got to know how to do everything. Because if you think about it...
As well as sailing, navigating,
yeah.
knowing the rules of the road.
Yeah.
You do have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's... sea won't take any prisoners.
No. But I mean, going back to was it the right decision, it's like, yeah. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
I'm a hell of a lot more chilled out than I used to be. I was a proper stress head before we left. I mean, I'm still not completely relaxed. There's still things to kind of worry about. I mean, like getting help for you is one that we're kind of working on at the moment. But compared to what I used to be like when I left, I'm a different person. And I mean, you're better, but you're still not. Still not the old happy-go-lucky Dave that you used to be, are you?
No, I think the job's ruined me a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, the old way of life, it works for a lot of people, but it just didn't work for us. It made us miserable, and yeah, I mean...
I don't even miss having a car, you know. I did used to like driving my car, but I don't miss the stress of...
No. There's the amount of bills that we don't have to pay anymore is incredible. That is another story in itself, how we deal with money, and I'll do another video on that. Having a dog on board as well, all the things we've learnt from bringing Scrappy with us, I can do another video on that if that interests you. But biggest thing, I'm so glad we had the guts to kind of walk against the grain and do our own thing.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of resistance.
Yeah, we did have resistance of family and friends. It wasn't just resistance. Some people were genuinely interested or worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't
don't understand the lifestyle. And I get that. We didn't until we did it.
No.
But we are... I mean, I'm definitely a hell of a lot happier. I think you are some of the time, but it's the right decision for us.
I definitely wouldn't go back to a house, not for a long time.
No. Yeah. We listened to what was right for us and we did it. We've kind of followed our hearts. And I mean, basically, from all of that, that's how we came to our sailing channel name, Sailing Mutiny, because we're rebelling against the typical way of life.
We're taking control.
Control of our lives and following our hearts.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, on our website you'll see that's the first thing you see. Rebel, take control, follow your hearts. Because that's what we truly believe will make you happy. Doing what makes you happy, not what other people tell you will make you happy. So yeah, with the three...
It's not just your heart, you've got to think, you've got to think about what's right for you and your family if you've got one as well. So
we're the three mutineers on Sailing Mutiny. If you want to find out more about our story, I've made a website. There's loads of information on there. I've designed a sailing travel journal as well, which I'm kind of, as I'm putting the videos up, I'm matching where we've been, so you can go and have a look. I'm putting costings, I'm putting things you can't miss, kind of hints and tips about going places. I mean, basically after all this, because we've kind of lived it for the past 16 months, is there anything that we can share with you that would kind of help you if you're interested in this way of life, would help you get towards it?
Yeah, put some comments in if you want to talk about
what would you find useful.
We can discuss things like cat versus mono.
Because that's a question we've had.
Hull types, sailing rig types, do I go for a cutter rig, a sloop, the Bennett, we can talk about, we've got different experiences to talk, we can do direct comparisons, can't we? We've even sailed on, a few different boats and...
What's it like having a dog on board, or how did we earn the money to do the trip and stuff like that? What changes did we have to make this a reality for us? I hope you found that useful and kind of found out a little bit more about us. Our next normal video that we're going to be releasing is from when we went from Honfleur to Cherbourg. We spent 2 weeks in Cherbourg last summer. It was incredible. So if you want to... make sure you don't miss that. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications. We'll put more helpful videos up for you as well. So we're the three mutineers from Sailing Mutiny. Hope you found that useful. See you next time.